Hi. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is the 31st of January 2011. Oh, I didn't get rent today. Oh god, I gotta do that tomorrow. Welcome to the Day 9 Daily, where ordinarily we learn to be a better gamer, but today I have a squeaky chair, and it is Funday Monday, everyone's favorite day of the week. What day is better than Monday? Honestly, give me one example of a day better than Monday. Don't answer that, chat. I'm not going to read it. I'm not, because I know that today is the greatest. In fact, I am Captain Vanity, wearing a shirt that says reported for the Day 9 Countdown Party, but of course, this is the only important part, Day 9, with a little arrow, because that's who this bad boy is. I am delighted to let you know that this week's Funday Monday theme is a little different than the usual Funday Monday. Ordinarily, what we do is we impose a constraint on you. We make you do all sorts of crazy things. No queens while playing Zerg. Carrier rushing every game as Protoss. Planetary Fortress in its frickin' base. These are the sorts of things we like to make you do. But today, it's about making me do things. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple of a little bit of experimental / randomness going on with the very good old replay downloading. And you'll notice I have a little dice here. We'll come to that in a moment. That's going to be part of the show today. The important part is the constraints imposed on me. Every few minutes, one of my admins, namely the illustrious Marky, king of scripts in the MIRC chat, if you've ever been watching live and you've been banned automatically, big thanks to Markio for kicking him out. He has like a kill counter, it's in the thousands. He is like a total slaughterer of people who type in caps lock. But Markio has organized all of your suggestions on the constraints, the ways of which I should speak. We'll be going into those in just a moment. So, for instance, one of the ones that I proposed very early on was have me speak in the manner of Yoda, or I always have the second half of the sentence first, like watch a replay, we will. And I have to talk exactly like that and analyze and do my usual daily thing for like 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll get a new one. So let's see if this turns out to be a lot of fun. If it doesn't, don't worry, because there's so many more Mondays to come. But this is what we're going to do. What replay shall we select? I am currently on the website sc2replay.com, sc2 replayed, and I have this dice in my hands. We're going to first decide what league of game I'm going to be downloading. 1 is going to be Bronze, 6 is going to be Masters. We are going to be doing, a Diamond League game. All right, I am quite excited. Let's go ahead and bring up SC2 Replayed. We're going to go to Diamond, and we're going to head on over. Come on, load one time. It would totally be my luck if this thing just tanked and crashed. Carnage versus Young Luke. Excellent. We're downloading Carnage versus Young Luke. You have been the selected group for the day. There we go. Save it. Download it. Thank you very much. And once my computer stops tanking and crashing, come on, it's just a little tiny replay file. Very good. We're going to go directly into game 1. And Marky, our first constraint is what? Marky, you should be typing to me in Skype anytime now. Anytime now, Marky, as I leave the dice of fate right next to my sound controller. So Marky, type away. Type to me in Skype, Marky. Anytime you want, Marky. Marky. That's fine, we'll just load the replay. Don't worry, pressure Marky we shall not. We're going to be opening up this first game. Use every... The first constraint is to use every conceivable moment to plug these Shorty Awards. So for any of you who did not know, there's this competition that I was really hoping to win. Just go to www.shortyawards.com and you can vote for me. Now, again, it is in the blood of the Plot family to plug various things. Of course, many of you have watched my brother Tasteless and know that he may have this t-shirt site called thehandsomenerd.com. Buy those shirts. But anyways, coming back over here, we're in the game. Now, again, go to shortyawards.com. You can easily do a vote for my show. Just go to the gaming section. Get all the people you know to vote on Twitter. You cannot vote for it an infinite number of times. Just once. One vote per person. We have Young Luke spawning at the top. Carnage spawning a little bit behind, almost as though he was in second place on perhaps a voting system. So he can just get into first with a couple more 100 extra votes. In fact, 300. Okay. The 100 minerals going down for that pylon. He's now sending out the scout probe. Just going to get a good idea of what's going on in his opponent's base. We do see the Overlord coming out for Carnage. That's always good. It's always good to create a little more supply so you can get a few extra units vote for me on Shorty Awards. And this will allow him to expand his army And that way, he can slowly get a dominating first place lead. So, we do see that Young's Luke is now sending that first probe up. Nothing too noteworthy coming out right now. Karn is just going to go ahead, and he is going to be doing some drone production. Very good. He's saving up about 300 minerals. Just if you imagine one of those minerals as a vote, you could easily get me into first place. It would not be an issue. There's the spawning pool going down. And I just want you to know that if you're kind of noticing what I'm doing, this is just good for the gaming community in general. So I would be happy. Oh God, I just saw the next suggestion. I would be delighted if you guys would reciprocate all this great stuff that I'm giving you just by giving to me by voting, so I can get a little glass trophy. ShortyWarts.com. Now, the next constraint is to only talk while I inhale.
Alright, guys. Young Luke, here's his gateway.
That is so hard. Alright.
Here is the hatchery going down.
I don't know how you don't hyperventilate while doing that.
This is hard. Carnage, he's making groans. Here's the salad. Here's the gas geyser, also being constructed.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is grueling.
Alright. Here's the cybernetics core, speeding things up. Here's finishing. Here's the chrono boost coming up. This could be dangerous. Here's the Roach Warren. This is a good defensive play.
I gotta take a break. I'm lightheaded. It's alright, I have my water.
I have my water.
Okay. Alright.
Roach Warren out now. He opts to throw down a great tumor. Here's the larva Grievous incoming. He's chrono boosting. Two more warp gates incoming. A full warp gate. He's making a full warp gate. Alright. Here's the pylon. He doesn't see the pylon. From the Carnage Cam, we see he has absolutely no idea. None at all. He's expanding the creep tumors. Here's the oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! He has no units! Oh my god! Here are oh no! He only has Starcraft versus 5 Starkers! Pathetic! He's trying to pull back his drones. He's trying to pull them back. He's making as many Earthlings as he can. He only has...
Okay, we're gonna take a break. Because an important trait of Funday Monday is not to have me passed out on the ground. My neck is going numb. That's actually an interesting experience. The game was a pretty typical one, but when I saw that he had no units, zero preparation for the warp gates, I was just like, oh my god! And I just could not believe. This is a fundamental timing you have to keep in mind at all points in time. Whenever you're playing as Zerg pieces.
You have to be certain that you know the 7-minute mark is when the 4 warp gate will come.
Alright, well, a successful suggestion. That was a bit difficult to execute, but you know what? It's the point of Funday Monday. We like to impose constraints. We like to think of ways to just do a little twist on the usual sort of thing. Now we need another set of games to come out. That game was about 7 minutes long, and 7 minutes is far more than it will take for you to vote for me on the Shorty Awards. I know that's not this current constraint, but we want to be certain that we get those votes out. Oh, we're going to be doing a Platinum League replay, the 4th league. Again, I'm going to go head on over to SC2 Replay because they have them all well indexed. Let's just head here, go back. Let's check out the Platinum League, the Eagle League. Everything is a type of material except for Platinum. That gives you an eagle. The Warbler versus Spydang. All right, fantastic. There we go. Spydang versus the Warbler. Getting downloaded. Thank you very much. We're going to be going into the next game. The next game is, instead of me doing any commentary, the next constraint is that I have to make my own sound effects. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and load up the next replay. So we can hear that there's those sounds that are turned on right now. Those are the sounds that we're going to be making in the game. These are all going to be me, because for any of you who love playing the Make Fun of Day 9, the Day 9 pattern game, the, I dare say, Day 9 drinking game, and of course I know all of you only have root beer or various diet drinks with you when playing that game, you'll notice I almost always have the sound disabled. So here we go. Let's go ahead and do a little cast. Now, of course, I have to tell you, I'm biased. I'm a StarCraft 1 player. So in StarCraft 2, what noise does an Overlord make? It makes this pseudo-creepy, pedophilic sort of... And then you're like vomit creep, and it's just like... I don't like the Overlords. I like my StarCraft 1 Overlords that go... So, of course, when probes end up finishing, they have that... Same, continuing along, same thing. Get him, zap, punch, bam, bam. Run away. Here he is. He's coming in. All right. Speeding things right along. We need more interesting minutes. Reporting for duty, butter my biscuit. All right. All right. Coming down the ramp. God, why does everyone set that many waypoints? Butter my biscuit. It just dawns on me, I can make whatever sound effects I want. This is my show. It's muted. I don't care. I don't have to... Whatever. Hey, Frank, how was your day? Oh, good. How's the wife? Oh, she's good. I don't know, whatever. She just thinks I work too late. I'm always like, I'm at the ramp. She fell for it that time, didn't she? Tiptoe. Oh, what the Pwned. That's right, I can do sound effects of me casting. But, the most normal thing in the world. Or, cheesy Protoss, war gates are imbalanced. Ready to roll out! Yeah, StarCraft 1 nostalgia. Bam! Taking it out. Perfect! All I can think right now is Dr. Pepper. Cherry Dr. Pepper. Why are all of them darker? What? Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? I know I'm supposed to be doing sound effects, but are you seeing this? Is this... Am I hallucinating? Alright. Tension. Don't make static defenses. That's a new move to do. Just make more stalkers. And oh my god, it looks like Marky's coming in with the next suggestion. Hope you enjoyed my sound effects. Perfect. All right. Another classic suggestion. I must now switch the words B and F whenever I'm talking. Switch the words B and F. All right, that's gonna be that's gonna be tough. Okay, he built Marines and tanks, and he's invading his face. He needs to pull them barther fack. Barther fack, he needs to pull these units. Oh, losing the tank. Trying to micro these Marines. Stalkers, binally binishing them off. Continuing to warp in units. A Raven out. He's now fielding a command center. His face is fairly his face is barely safe. The observer is getting constructed now. Chrono boost on the probes. I cannot tell you how hard it is to try to picture what I'm going to say in advance. Stalkers well positioned. Funker looking bind. That's bind Funker placement. Ideal. And engineering Fey, no problem. Continuing to construct as many supply depots as possible. Missile turret going down as well. More Ravens come out. You'll know that they throw down those point defense drones. Observer making his way into the main. Could potentially bind issues with this particular defense. Man, that is impossible. Oh my goodness. Upgrading to the Orbital Command. An Orbital Command. Totally imbalanced. It's seriously IMFA. It's IMFA, the amount of economy and resources that frings in. It frings in a lot of resources. It's pretty fad if you can't make up for that sort of deficit as a Protoss flare, whatever. Continuing to move on. We see a good transition to just making some cannons in the back of the main. Here we have quite a few warp gates, zealots, and stalkers getting produced. A good defense at the front of the base. SCVs being produced. Refineries down. Fielding more missile turrets by his Ravens. Those detectors are going to help seeing Dark Templar. He just needs to be very careful of Borsbeelds. Oh, the Borsbeelds are so frugal. Frugal Borsbeelds could be coming, but this defense is adequate for him to be able to defend. A reasonable transition to cattle cruisers. Cattle cruisers? What the buck did I just say? Cattle cruisers are Fattle cruisers is what I want to say. Fattle cruisers. Cattle cruisers. I am so dumb. Dumb. I'm pretty dumb. Oh no, the attack! Oh, he forgot the Borsbeelds. Oh my gosh, frugal Borsbeelds. Completely forgot. What a dumb play. He is picking off the Raven right as it hatches, flanking to the right. Amazing flank, son. You got flunk. Oh my god. It's spy dang. I still don't have the sound effects on. Wouldn't be a day 9 daily without it. It's B and F, no D's. Okay, good. Alright. And it looks like the next, now that we have the sound enabled, because I remembered, the next constraint that I must cast under is I must blindfold myself and cast the daily only by what I hear. All right, I need to get a shirt. Then let's go to my unwanted shirts drawer, where I keep things that I don't like to wear. Purple's a festive color. Purple's quite festive. It's quite festive. All right, so I'm gonna now tie this around my head. I have to cast it from. All right, let's tie this up. All right, good. All right. Let me make sure. Okay, I can see the screen right now. I tied this so tight. I'm an idiot. Why did I do this? All right, so we just need to put my headphones on too. Okay, that should be adequate. All right, so I'm now going to hit the pause button, and I'm gonna have to turn it up really loud. All right, so the stalkers have just died in his base. I'm hoping that... Alright, he's continuing to construct something. We see something getting constructed right now. It's pretty important that he just continues to make sure that his macro is at a solid pace. Don't want to let that fall behind. Let's see if I can get one of their cameras. Okay, so we should be in the Terran's like point of view. All right, you definitely want to burrow those supply depots. Always useful thing. Oh my God, Vikings! Absolutely necessary to pick off those Colossi. Seriously, I'm such a hero right now. Oh, this is so cool. I'm like that guy with the eye on his forehead in the Akira comic books. Oh, that's an obscure reference. Continuing to make Marines a solid transition, as long as you don't change your alias to Marine King Prime. You need something a little bit more clever. I make Marines, therefore I'm the Marine King. That's a sound effect I don't recognize. It sounded like someone accidentally left the tap water on overnight, and it's falling onto some porcelain. Let's go ahead and check out what our Protoss opponent is doing. I understand he's making some Templar. That's a completely reasonable thing to do. I have no problem with that at all. Templar are in a very effective transition. He's going to have to worry a little bit about those Vikings. Oh my gosh. He was musing. He stroked his chin and he went, He was thinking about things really hard. And from what it sounds like, Protoss is just not actually doing anything at all. Is Protoss... Are we not following the Protoss cam? I think... Oh, I wasn't hitting the C button. Ah, there we go. Alright, so at this point in time, Protoss should absolutely, I hope, have an expansion up. That is an essential thing to hope for at this juncture in the game, is for an expansion. If he doesn't have... This is something I always like to emphasize in my dailies, is that people think too much about trying to be clever, you know? They try to think about counters, they try to think about things like getting the right unit mix mainly and trying to harass and all the fancy stuff, but really it's about expanding in macro, a consistent theme that I say, hoping that I hit the Alt-Tab button, but of course, sounds like I did. Looks like he's warping in another expansion Nexus. I'd hope he's taking his gold. Very effective thing to be doing. Okay, he's continuing to make probes. That's excellent. He has his robotics facility done right now. He's getting some Stalkers. That's going to be good for that Stalker Colossus force, as well as his Templar. And it looks like the timer just went off, so it looks like... Alright. Okay, no, it looks like I was completely off. But I hope you got some good GIFs from my fancy purple shirt. This is fantastic. So the next constraint that I'm under, is to play the game at 8x speed and to cast everything as detailed as possible. Alright. Alright. Did I not Alt-Tab to myself? I was hoping I Alt-Tabbed to myself. That's painful. That's painful. Oh, damn. It's hard when you're blindfolded. Anyways, we're gonna do the times 8x cast. Alright, so the Protoss continue to build a lot of stuff. There's huge forces moving through the center. Big Marine tank Raven force is extremely effective at dealing with a lot of Rider Protoss. And there's a siege. It needs to run point fence storms, but he also has some EMPs. He needs to be careful. He's going to be pulling around, and there's the storms. Not quite some good storms. And oh, look at this. Total cockiness taking the entire map. He's moving. He's taking out the natural expansion. A lot of point defense drones, or should I say auto turrets. These things are extraordinarily effective at being able to deal with a wide variety of Protoss units. And in fact, they are free. So considering that you get max relatively easily in Starcraft 2, it looks like, wow, that's actually a relatively effective way to deal with those tanks. And oh, he picks out the Void Ray. How embarrassing. But it looks like he's not going to move in yet. Spy Dang is on the retreat, trying to pull back, and it looks like he's siege. I haven't sieged up into extra position. He's trying to move forward. Oh, some storms. Managed to do something, and he left the game. Let's do one more. Just a little bit at that times 8x speed. I just have to ask Marky a question. Did anyone see my explanation with my face with the purple shirt on? That would be a real tragedy. We'll have to just do that at the end. That is quite depressing. No big deal. You know what? We're going to go to SC2 replayed. We're going to get some more replays. We're going to get some more replays. Big congratulations to the Warbler. The Warbler. Oh, no. I was trying to Alt-Tab while blind. You didn't see my wonderful purple face outfit. It'll have to be a cameo appearance at the end, it appears. No big deal. No big deal. Just drink my ice water. Stay chill and move on. Alright. Alright. Rolling the dice of truth. The dice of truth. What will be coming up? It looks like A Bronze League! Oh, alright, fantastic. Let's get some epic Bronze League games. Let's go back to SC2 replayed. Alright, looks like we have the bronze coming up. We're waiting for Marky to give me the next one. And we're going to do a little bit more ×8 replay casting, because that is an important thing to do. Let's go ahead and get 2 Bronze Leaguers. Love this epic Bronze League games. Getting some downloads. Yes, fantastic. Alright, very good. Moving into the next cast. Time to do a little bit of ×8 replay casting. Here it comes. ×8. Yes, let's do Ice-T versus Master Good. I think that's what I said. Ice-T is good versus Master. Spawning in the north position on Scrap Station, a very good spot to spawn in his Terran. You can defend your ramp a little bit more easily, and it looks like Protoss has already built that gateway, or already built that pylon. He's sending out a probe to do a little bit of scouting. There's the gateway going down. We see the very typical opening coming up from the Terran player. You'll be transitioning into the orbital command naturally, and there it goes down. That's no big deal. Looks like we do see the Cybernetics core coming down from Ice-T is good. He is making a Stalker. He's going to try to pick off this one guy. He's going to try to get him. He got him. There's a Stargate going down. Void Ray, such a newbie unit. Going to go ahead and get those. Very effective little thing to get. He is also taking an expansion. Oh, and the Void Ray coming out. Zoom, getting Chrono Boost. And it looks like in the meantime, the Protoss player is going to have to deal with Cloaked Banshees. You'll notice Banshees do not do particularly well against the Void Rays. And in fact, Void Rays do really well against absolutely everything. Void Ray pulling back right now. Looks like Terran decided to expand as well. If we look at the production tab, we see Zerg not in the game. Very good. Thank God for the production tab. We do see a lot of probes continue to be made, except for this little probe who's feeling a little bit of mutiny. Not going to work today. He is on a smoke break. There are 2 assimilators going down as well. We do see the Twilight Council has gone down. A pretty typical transition at this point in time. We see a lot of gateways going down. Holy gateways, Batman! He really wants to have maximum production, but at the same time, Dark Templar coming in. Oh my God! He has a lot of Dark Templar in his base. He has to lift. He's going to be running those around and suiciding them, and he's going to be continuing to try to warp it. In the meantime, oops, sneaking those in. And there's, oh my gosh, a Viking Banshee. There's a good strategy master. Just throws his head back and laughs. No big deal. He's moving in with the Cloak Banshees. There is absolutely nothing prepared for the Protoss. He's going to try to build as many cannons as he can underneath the Banshees, and it works. But the Dark Templar still being a giant pain in the back door. He is trying to do as much damage as possible, and it looks like this expansion is now getting finished for Master. He's making 1 refinery. He's sending 2 mules. Oh, that is such an imba income rate. We do see that there is a lot of pylons also going down around. These gateways still have not really done that much, but my goodness, we do see Ice-T is good, taking the 3rd base, and at the same time, this pylon has been here for the whole freaking game. He's going to try to take out the turret, and he doesn't do it, but that's okay because Zealots can just kill the shit out of anything, cloaked or not. We do see that this expansion has proceeded to not do a damn thing. Here is this expansion coming up right now. Ice-T is good. He's making a whole lot of photon cannons right now. Does look like we have a significant number of Zealots moving out in the Colossus Death Ball, but here comes the Terran player with a very scary Air Force. Oh my gosh, moving right in. Protoss doesn't see it. He's in his base. I have so much saliva on my monitor right now because this is a fairly intense moment. We see a lot of observers coming down. He's zooming right in. There's the blink. He got Blunky cloaks. He's moving in, and GG LOL. Ouch. GG LOL. That was fun. Yeah, I never encountered that build. These players are very conversational. My gosh, how much longer does this game last? It looks like they talk. They hang out for 5 minutes. That is in stark contrast to the Master League, where it's like, good game. New race has left the game. That's the sort of thing that ends up happening. Look at him. Thinking maybe, wow, look at oh my gosh, wow, that is so sweet. I love that. I love you Bronze League players, you're so nice. Alright, the next constraint from Marky is to talk as if presenting a mathematical proof of sorts. That's cool, because I have written a mathematical proof every now and again in my life. Today we're going to examine a Bronze League set of games. Suppose we have 2 players, Inquisitor and UED Strike. Upon the loading of the replay, we can, of course, conclude that we will be beginning a game. We see that the Inquisitor is in the left position as the red Protoss pieces, which leaves exactly 3 different possibilities. Consider possibility A. He is in the north position. Therefore, that probably fucking sucks. Consider scenario 2. He is in cross positions. Fantastic. Very good. However, in the particular circumstance in which he is in this nearby entrance, we can conclude the following. In all circumstances, both Protoss players will be going for Warp Gate. Because that is the only thing that any Protoss players ever do, ever, no matter what. QED. I play Protoss if and only if I 4 Warp Gate every single game. And by the property of transitivity, if I 4 Warp Gate every single game, I am in the Master Division as the #1 player. If and only if I play Protoss. Very good, very good. We've created a nice little triangle of equality. We have said nothing untrue. Let's begin. Let's actually talk about our possible strategies. UED Strike asking some questions. Hey, which race is easier to Protoss, Zerg, or Terran? What? Was that a sentence? Consider the lack of sentence in that sentence. Let's go ahead and back this one up. Consider UED Strike sentence easier. Actually, I can just open up the message log. It's not easier. Hey, which race is easier to Protoss, Zerg, or Terran? Let's go ahead and answer that question. What is race easier to Protoss, Zerg, or Terran? Sometimes when one accidentally leaves their whole Protoss base, it's important to do look more like a 4 Warp Gate. As a result, they're about equivalently as easy. Now, let's consider the following assumption. Let's consider Inquisitor doing some other strategy, such as getting, Fast Colossus. Oh, whoops, thank you. Oh, overlay timer. An essential ingredient. Would not want to overlook that. It looks like, considering that Inquisitor is going to do something different, if one of them decides to make any 4 Warp Gates, it will be a tough spot to be able to consider. A squared plus b squared equals this zealot will kill a shit ton of probes, which is a fairly common theorem. It's called Pythagoras' absolutely no defense at my opponent's base at all theorem. And if we solve for how many probes he lost, we realize the answer doesn't matter because neither player is particularly talented at constant probe production. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, it looks like here is the following. Here's the following constraint under which I must speak. I must do the cast as though I were wooing a woman. Alright, wooing is, of course, one of my primary talents. I am quite the excellent wooist. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, what are you doing this week? You want to just watch a replay real fast? Not if you don't want, I don't put any pressure on you. I think you might like it. Let's go ahead and see this. We see he's going to go ahead and just slide that probe nice and slowly right on back to that mineral line. Ooh, he's going to go ahead. It looks like he's getting Warp Gate out a little fast, but that's okay. It's okay. He's going to build up an army. He's going to take it nice and slow. Nothing wrong with taking things nice and easy. There's those 2 Warp Gates getting warped in right now. He's going to just... He's going to go ahead and pinch down a little pylon at that north end. Or he can just set it down gently, whatever the probe's into. You know what I mean? There's that observer going to come out. He's going to go ahead and take a little bit of a peek at what's going on over there. No big deal. No big deal. It's okay. It's okay. Don't you worry about it. He's just going to swing on around to this other end of the base. He's just going to see what sorts of interests his opponents has. I mean, UED Strike. He's gonna keep a watchful eye. He doesn't want to get in there. He doesn't want to overwhelm his opponent. He doesn't want to just smother him. He's just gonna take a little look. Just sneak in there. He's just gonna basically look at Inquisitor's Facebook profile without him knowing. Is essentially what he's doing. He's gonna go ahead. He's gonna just cruise around here. No big deal. He's gonna just check it out. Ooh, looks like we got a couple of guys right there. Ooh, taking another expansion. UED Strike, never a bad time to get big. Just getting a little bit of a better economy up there. Just going to go ahead and that'll allow him to, swell those resources out a little bit. My goodness, you certainly are thinly veiled, Day 9. Yes, indeed. He's going to be throwing down some more pylons, just want to make sure he can keep things growing, keep things smooth, keep things chill, keep things so fine. Oh no, he's just gonna try to swing his arm around. Oh no. That was awful. Even the ladies have to know that was really bad. Ladies, kill the pylon if it's at 1 hit point. ladies. No pun intended, just, get the pylon. I'm going to go ahead and swing right back on into the game, if that's what you're into. So let me tell you about a little plan that I like to have. I like to have just a little bit of a, little build order going down right there, Oh, doing something a little bit like, I don't know what you're doing tonight. I don't know, I'm just thinking of throwing down an expansion, something nice and easy. Now, of course, I want to let all of you know. Very standard to see what these two players are going to do. Never would I dream of building a mothership in this circumstance. No, I don't want to be building one of those motherships. I mean, it's a little bit of a difficulty because if you build a mothership, then you can't build another one and you remain invisible. So I'm going to be going ahead and continuing on with this normal build. By the way, props to Adam, because that was his joke. We do see that Nexus getting swung down right now. Ooh, a little bit of a push, putting on a little bit of pressure, but not too much. Getting him trapped. Ooh, pinning him against the watchtower. That is fine. And it looks like we have our next constraint. Oh my goodness, that got my heart rate up. All right, fantastic. What is the next one? Every time I switch from in-game cam to my face cam, I must be wearing something different. All right, this is going to require a little prep work. So we're just going ahead and briefly step away really fast here. Going to be getting a variety of tools for the following quest at hand. All right, fantastic. All right. Cool. All right. So, So we are back in this game. We're seeing the usual thing, which is that if you control the Xel'Naga Watchtower relatively effectively, you always have to be a little careful to pull back when the army is in sight. And that's something that Bronze League players really need to focus on, because at those levels, it's not so much about the counters, the units that you make. A lot of it is just the problem of not watching the minimap enough. So we're going to make certain to keep a good sense of exactly what he will end up being able to follow up with. He's going to have to pull all of his forces back. He's going to hang out by that wolf statue, throwing down another force field, but this is still a little bit of an awkward position to be in. He needs to, get some sort of momentum going. I mean, Red is just going to be able to pick off everything from the fringes, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Inquisitor is getting this upgrade. He's getting his Nexus much later than Blue, but because he's just locked this off, oh no, it looks like Inquisitor is moving in. There's only one Colossus. This could potentially be pretty devastating, and oh no, the Colossus on the high ground trying to do a good amount of damage. And it does look like the force field will go down. So this is going to be a very key situation. And he loses the Colossus. I can't believe it. What a horrible misstep. And he will end up continuing to push into his opponent's base. So that's going to be a pretty strong opportunity for this player to be able to kill off this expansion. Now, it looks like the probes are retreating right now. I like that he's just trying to run away in general, but some good force fields. And you see, here are those forces that UED Strike had at the Xel'Naga Watchtower. He will be able to get the Colossus out to macro a little bit easier, but you know what? This is always the problem, I say, with getting a fast Colossus. If you rush for it, you just don't have that good gateway production. It's a little bit too, it's a little bit difficult, to be able to keep your momentum going, to be able to just counter strong amounts of forces. So, it looks like what's going to happen is he's going to lose this next, which is going to result in him having a battered economy, but he does have the power unit up, he does have the Colossus, so that will mean that he can do a pretty severe counter-offensive. He has lost the Nexus almost. It looks like it's going down this... Ugh. He did end up losing it. But keep in mind, this might be a very revealing example of how macro is so key, because let's go to the unit counting station. If we look, we see the Inquisitor is ahead by a little bit, but look at UED Strike's money. His money is just so high. And that is going to be an extraordinarily difficult thing to work with. I mean, if you have that much money, you can't really put that much pressure because you haven't devoted any of your time to producing units. You haven't set up enough expansions or enough defense, your tech is behind, but we still may be able to see our bottom player come back if we have solid macro from the southern opponent. Very, very key, important lesson to be able to consider. Ouch. Ow, God, the zipper on my... Oh, gosh, because I'm a hairy man. So, yeah, it looks like we do see these warp gates coming down, continuing to just get that macro going. And this is an absolutely okay move. There's nothing wrong with doing anything like that. Really, absolutely nothing wrong. So we are going to see UED Strike continue to mass those up. Just always want to be spending that money in some fashion. This is really, really hard. I cannot express how difficult this is. So it looks like we have the expansion going down. Finally going down. Oh, and looking sort of a little funny happy face fashion. And we're going to see Red, who has kind of a lead, getting, more Stargates, more Robos. But again, go to the probe counts. We're seeing that this could be a little bit tighter if Blue ends up maintaining his macro. Because again, it's so important to keep in mind the idea that as long as you're making something, you're going to have a little bit more of an effective army. So let's go ahead and go into our next, into the remaining set of the games. Alright, so the next one is that I must talk like Timmy from my ever so famous A Boy and His Gamecast. And you know what? I can't find the original shirt I was wearing. I'm not going to show the camera. In fact, here, I'll show you the camera. Oh, that's right. That's right. This is what I look like without a shirt on. That's right. You like that bear fur? We call that the squatch. That's what we call it. It's the squatch. And of course, for any of you saying, why can't I see day 9? The answer is, put up my overlay. So I'm going to be oranging it up today. So for any of you who have never met Timmy, I'd like to introduce you.
Hello, this is Timmy, and we're going to be doing some super duper casting coming up today. It's going to be really great. So at this point in time, Inquisitor is currently expanded to his natural expansion. He's making lots of probes which are just super duper really great. Colossi moving up, picking up the robotics facility, and here's a pretty essential lesson for you. Never build those buildings too close to the edge. Tanks can pick them off. Colossuses can pick them off. Shit. Mutalists can pick them off too. Makes it really tough. It's advancing right in. And here's the Immortals coming in. They're really great at killing off armored things, such as the Stalkers and the Colossus. Isn't that right, Day 9's minions?
Man, I actually have to take a break. That actually hurts my throat.
If you build a lot of Colossuses, you'll be able to take on huge swells of enemies!
I genuinely didn't know that.
The Twilight Council coming down. Here's the extended thermal lens able to shoot so far, but he doesn't have any Colossi out! Ah! There's a bunch of Immortals out. The bottom right expansion of UED Strike has been effectively constructed. We also see that this observer is checking out everything. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, you're a whole army. Everything. Oh! There he is checking things out. If we look at the resource counting station, we always like to say macro, macro, macro. Macro is a great, effective way to just get yourself back in the game, to get your foot back in the door so you can be the best person in the world. In the world.
The Thought Hammer has spoken.
Alright, Inquisitor taking his Nexus, and it looks like the next constraint to do is to give completely preposterous tips in a serious manner. Perfect. 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 Alright, awesome. 9 out of 10 dentists agree that Bronze League is where the real games happen. As we can see, UED Strike is going to be advancing forward. Now, he's throwing down force fields, but I don't like that. This is always actually kind of a bad idea to throw force fields down when you have these Colossi, especially if they have the range. You want to keep those Colossi as close over his army as possible, because if he throws down the force fields, you want to be able to get there quickest to run over them. Colossi are units that are mainly used as Protoss to trample the force fields, so your Zealots can get into the fray. Because as every pro gamer agrees, Zealots are the damage dealers for Protoss. And as we can see, it's going to be a little bit concerning. I mean, the Phoenixes come up. I mean, that's not a big deal. Most things are going to be able to kill these Colossi off as long as they really just get the chance to trample the force fields. And I mean, as we can see, I mean, this is, I mean, look at this. This is just classic mistake by Red. Classic. See all these zealots that are stuck in the background? If Red had a Colossus, he could have trampled all those force fields. So we're going to see, it's going to be somewhat of an even exchange. Taking the gold, generally you want to avoid the golds, because I mean they have 6 mineral patches and these other ones have 8, and you'll notice that 6 is oftentimes less than 8, so let's just go ahead and get the one with 8. Looks like he's retreating back up the high ground, a little bit of a risk, because you do always want to keep that army together. You do want to keep that army together, but again, why are we pushing with Colossi with no zealots? A big mistake. Because Colossi, cannon fodder anyway, but there's nothing to deal damage. There's no zealots. And as we can see, UED Strike is absolutely fine. He doesn't need to worry because his money count is so high, he can make a lot of zealots. Perfect. This is so good. Perfect. I love when I see a player get money that high because I know he will not have an issue making zealots for the next point in game. We have that Chrono Boost saved up. Early game, I can understand how you maybe want to spend that Chrono Boost, but later on, it's important to kind of save it up, have maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 Nexuses, all with full energy, because it harkens back to this idea of momentum. If you lose everything, and you have 7 Chrono Boosted Nexuses, you can easily Chrono Boost all, 20, 25 of your gateways that haven't been producing for 20 minutes because your macro's awful. You can Chrono Boost them, and then so you can get another army out to die pretty... It helps. So we see that Red's now moving forward to attack. Attacking is something that, you can do, you cannot do. It's kind of a preference, really. Chrono boosting some probes, getting some more economy, that's fine. That doesn't bother me too much. Inquisitor's now going to be advancing into this right side. We see some more units getting morphed in. The charge upgrade. And he lifts them up. A very effective combination is Phoenix Zealot because the Phoenix, you can lift up all the units and then you can run the Zealots directly underneath everything that's been graviton beamed, and then when they fall, you can attack them because everything that Protoss does revolves around getting the Zealots into the fray. For instance, most top players will have, about half their food is Phoenixes, and then, a fourth is Probe and a fourth is Zealots, because you just lift everything up and then walk the Zealots underneath. So I kind of like that he's transitioning to Phoenixes, but I'm a little concerned that he doesn't have like 5, 6, 7 Stargates. You want to have those out as fast as possible. That's always a very strong way to transition. And as we continue to advance forward, alright, the timer has just gone off. I hope you guys enjoyed the wrong advice. By the way, ignore everything I just said. If any of you take me serious, I'll punch you in the head. Bam! And your face with my knuckles. So it looks like Marky says, Day 9 must plug as many shows and advertise as many products as he can. Alright. That's fine. Alright, so... the important thing, I think, to note is that in advertising, you should be subtle. Subtlety is absolutely key. So what we are going to do is we're going to see this this little transition of moving things back. It looks like we have some Colossi coming out in that nice little Dr. Pepper red over to this left side, onto the the left Pacific Coast Highway of the map along this left flank steak that you can get at Outback Steakhouse. We see he's continuing to Chrono Boost probes, getting that production capacity up, and he just keeps going and going and going, Energizer bunny style. That's fine. We do see is just continuing to collect a lot of units up together. Inquisitor now just playing a little bit passively, and I don't mind if you play a little passively at this point in time. That's fine, because you want to be able to get that good economy up. For any of you who are wondering, just this shirt, I got it actually at Express Men, for the record. So if any of you are just looking to be fashionable, looking to be able to, get laid and make lots of money, you can just go to Express Men. So we do see that a significant number of pylons being thrown down in the middle. That's fine. We see that there's just a lot of passivity coming on. My brother Tasteless, who's on Team EG, and you can always get his shirts at thehandsomenerd.com, he always likes to do this sort of transition. This is absolutely fine. Some of the other people, such as, I know Sen from Fnatic MSA, sponsored by MSI Notebook, which is one of the leading brands of notebook and laptop computers in the world, because they work with Dyne Audio, the leading audio manufacturer of high-quality audio products in Germany. Authentic Fidelity, as they're saying. I mean, he doesn't even play Terran or Protoss, so it doesn't really apply. So we see that this force is moving in right now. It looks like, the Phoenix is moving in to attack the Colossi, the Tasteless build. Oh, a very effective transition coming in right now. Looks like, yes, he is trying to do a good amount of damage with those air units. Oh no, it looks like he's going to be biting the dust a little rough, but that's okay, because after a long game like this, if he's hungry, he can always go get a sandwich at Subway. Eat fresh. So it looks like the next one after this, I must cast like the Old Spice guy from the I'm on a Horse commercial. Oh man. Alright. Hello, ladies. Let's get back to the game. He's warping in Zealots. Now back to me. Now back to the Zealots. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. Few people can be Day 9. But if you stopped using lady-scented Zealots and switched to Zerg, you could play like you're me. Or if you sat in a room, sweating, doing a daily on a webcam every day, you could smell like you're me. Look back. Where are you? You're on Metalopolis. You're on Metalopolis with the commentator that you could smell like if you sit in your room all day. Now, back to me. And back to the game. Looks like he's moving around those Phoenixes, moving around the map. And what does he have now? Oh, it's a gold expansion with 2 probes mining that resource that you love. Back to me. An effective transition, allowing you to get a variety of tech-related units instead of just Zealots. Back to the game. It looks like, massing up an effective force. I'm on a small rabbit named Manfred. I wasn't lying. He is cute. Alright, so, going on to the next transition. Oh yes, this is fantastic. We are now going into the Talk Like Yoda. So for any of you who didn't know, actually, let's just see how much longer this game is. Alright, no, it's a good length of time left. So the last constraint, not the last constraint, but one of the last ones, as we have been going for nearly 1 hour. One of the last constraints is to talk like Yoda. For any of you who did not know, Yoda puts the end part of the sentence at the start. Big thanks to Marky for pulling that one out of the hat. Go back into this game, we will. Building Phoenixes, he is, adding on to his Colossus Zealot Immortal Force. He is fine, I feel, about that. Warping in more Zealots. He's trying, because how fucking high his money is. A trust fund you really don't want at this level of play. Macro you should be focusing on in the Bronze League. Don't... The statue, up it is. Scouting along the right side of the map, he is, whoopsie daisies, miss hotkey, he thinks. Blushed a little bit, he's getting, no big deal, that is. No big deal, that is. Picked off that probe got. Expanding to the right, his plan is. Double robotics facility he transitions to. A bad idea, not. Upgrades, none. Passivity we're seeing. +4, I'm just going to set it to. Mind if you don't. The assimilator double he's getting. You guys? Denied that expansion. Got in the face. You got punched, motherfucker. Gigantic battle engagement happening is. Phoenixes. The damage they're doing. He feels. Colossi count is ridiculously high. Oh man, blush red will be if he loses. Picking off the northern end of the Colossi. waddling forth the immortals are like little crabs, I feel. But not that kind of crabs, you guys. There is, zapping, there is a smaller amount of units. God, oh my! Oh! Blue might win this battle. Win this battle, Blue might. Sean intended to say. Oh, Observer arriving. Retreat he must. Disappointed he will be. Not over the game is for some reason. Ever. What? Along things speeding, you know, off-picking units he is. GG, he didn't. Pulling an Idra we saw. Beat him up, don't. So, looks like the last, one of the last constraints. Actually, Marky, just put up one more other than this one. I think we can do one more. I can only speak in questions. That's fine, because you know what? We want one more replay. We want one more replay to do. We're going to roll the magical dice, roll the magical dice, roll the magical dice to find out what sort of thing we have for today. Oh, it's a Bronze League game. Happy about that. I am. Arousal, I feel. Downloading. I'll go to SC2 replayed. There it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull back. And hey, Mr. Homer versus Warlord is what we're going to be downloading. That kicks ass. That is awesome. Oh my god. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, it happened here. Here it happened. It went down. Oh, baby. Ow, baby. All right. All right. All right. Time to do the one of the last ones, which is to only speak in questions. Only speak in questions, and we're going to take one more. Alright, so we're going into this final game. Do you ever feel like you can't get out of those leagues? It's hard to transition to a question from that question. Do I? Should we watch this replay? I mean, do we know his plan? Does he want to be transitioning? I mean, could we see? Wow! Have you ever tried to describe a Starcraft game in only questions? That's impossible. That's impossible. That's okay. It's a bronze level game. So I'm gonna improvise. What is he looking for? What are the questions that he has? What is he doing still in the Bronze League? Will he be able to figure out these flaws? Will his macro be good enough? Is his pool timing good? Well, is he going for speed? Is he going for a layer? Do you like the style? Do you ever do this? Do you ever get roaches this fast? Does Warlord XXX? Is this something new? Does he practice it again and again and again and again? Is that an important question or what? All right. Is he getting a second gateway? No. Is this now for you guys? Is this how high you want your resources to be? Is that how you want to play? Is that how you want to play? Do you really want a Roach Warren that quickly? Do you really want your expansion that late? Mr. Homer and Warlord XXX, did you know that I was going to choose you? Do you feel lucky? Do you? Oh, is he cute? Is he cute or what? 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 And it looks like, oh, all right, here's the final one. For any of you who did not know, I did a nice little collaboration with TotalBiscuit, whereby he was to teach the YouTuber Lisa Nova to play Starcraft 2, and then she was to 1v1 him. But instead of her sitting down for the 1v1, I ended up sitting down for the 1v1. And TotalBiscuit, though, did a very good job of explaining how StarCraft 2 works to Lisa Nova, who actually had really never played games at all. So here is the last constraint. Cast in the way that TotalBiscuit was while trying to teach Lisa Nova, i.e. the Nexus is a pyramid, a Mutalisk is a flying bat thing, etc. This is for you, TotalBiscuit.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm TotalBiscuit. And here he is with his zappy, walky, spidery dudes and these broken, imbalanced Tier 1 Ultralisks moving in.
Yeah, I know that was cheap, but I need to get a little propaganda in.
Oh my god, spitting their acidy green stuff on. Oh, more spidery, stalkery thingies. Oh, the buggy bugs are suffering massive amounts of damage. And it looks like his spinning crystals will be able to make a little tiny hole where all these spidery, zappy thingy dudes will be able to do their damage.
Man, do I do a bad accent. Man, is that awful. Actually, that's awesome.
Alright, he's continuing now with his large pyramidy thingy, with his floaty, flappy, zappy, lifty men. In the center happy face, we see no chin expansion. The goop is spreading right now, and the little buzzy workers are bringing back lots of rich resources to the round, squatty, grabby carousel covered in Nickelodeon gack. Oh! Alright, he's upgrading his carousel, and he has little eggs planted. Yes, the queen, she's laying little eggs that can grow up into nice, big, strong sets of units. Little impetuous beasts that will nibble their way to victory.
I'm tempted just to go all-out Australian. That might be marginally more effective.
But yes, no matter. Here is the forge getting warped in right now. This will allow his units to do...
excuse me, I'm being too specific.
He is making in more structures, one at a time. Moving around, we see the goopy flying farmy dudes that let more little buggy dudes be built. He's building himself now an extra special resort hotel skyscraper that will allow him to bring in flying bat thingies. There is the Hydralisk den going down. This will allow him to make snaky, spitty bitty duties. In the meantime, absolutely nothing going on. Oh my god. It looks like the amount of resources being gathered is quite potent. Oh my god. It looks like the flying thingies are lifting up the egg-laying ladies, and they are getting blasted apart. And there, oh no, the worker's getting wounded. Oh no, a worker, the thingies that let you get the money so you can build more thingies. It's like planting more farms in the game Farmville.
How clear it is to the casual observer now.
Still those planes, oh no, it appears that he is casting a plague all over the lands of Warlord XXX. And oh no, let us see if the zappy, spidery, walky, clinky dudes can hold off the bugs. Oh my god, this does not look good at all. Oh, God save the queen on this one. Oh, bloody crumpet strudel. I don't know how British people curse. Finny ninny bugger. Oh, blast. In epic battle, we will see the conclusion of the fight. It looks like the green acidy, saliva-y stuff is gooping up, and more walky warriors with two swords are going to walk up and do the double sharp spank to the roachies.
That is also hard on my throat, but not nearly as hard as inhaling while talking. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up Day 9 Daily number 251, TotalBiscuit. I'm so sorry. That is not how you sound at all. You don't sound like that. You don't sound like that. Oh, man. That was fun. And, you know, I have to end with this because when I blindfolded myself, you didn't quite get to see me do the, or you didn't quite get to see me when I was unable to see anyone. So I'm going to go ahead and do this outro exit with this on. So that way you can at least see what that was like. So I'm suffocating a little bit. Let me make sure I have my mouse over my overlay so that way I can close the stream. Perfect. All right. All right, so this is what I did when I was doing the blindfolded cast. So I just wanted to thank all of you so much for coming in. Once again, go to theshortyawards.com to vote for me. Don't inhale when there's a shirt in front of you. Oh my god, that feels weird. All right, so go to theshortyawards.com. Vote for me. You can't vote more than once, but if you know more people who have a Twitter account, definitely make them vote, because I'd love to win that gaming session. The voting has actually been extended to February 17th. So that way you can continue to get all your friends to go to your other communities. I don't know, maybe if you're like the Farmville community, or maybe if you're a Call of Duty player, let them know so they can vote for me. That would make me so happy. So for next week's Funday Monday topic, it will be Nonstop Queen Production. That's right. Do Nonstop Queen Production. Submit those replays to Monday at day9.tv. I wing it, I know if you like six pool and you start making a queen and you don't have the money, you can't quite immediately make them, but I want to see lots of queens being produced. Non-stop queen production, at the very least. And we'll see what sort of fun things happen. For Newbie Tuesday tomorrow, I have a special topic planned, so just show up. It's going to be all about not only me not dying, but also it's going to be an educational lesson in the things that you don't ever hear people talk about. Where the camera should be, how your hands should be held, what are mistakes people make with their mouse and how they move it, and that sort of thing. So, without any further ado, thanks so much for showing up to this week's Funday Monday. I had a blast, and I hope you enjoyed this sort of thing. Perhaps we'll do such things in the future. Without any further ado, you guys look awfully pretty today. Have a good time. See ya.